Hi, welcome to this yoga class. My name is Candy Block. I will be leading you today. Thank you so much for joining me. In this class, we're going to focus on really opening up the hips. So this will feel really nice if you've been sitting or maybe you just don't necessarily always get into hip stretches on a day-to-day basis. I think we're all kind of guilty of that. So this will feel really nice on the hips. And then also just a general check-in to really see how you're doing, taking this time out of your day to relax, to move your body, to breathe deeply, and just check in with yourself. So, to get started, we're going to do a few neck stretches. So, go ahead and just find a comfortable seat. Today, I'm sitting up on a little blanket because it feels really nice on the hips. If you have blocks, you can grab a pillow, whatever feels good, or you don't need any props at all. Let's just do a couple shoulder rolls, bringing the shoulders down the back. And then you can place your hands on your knees. We're going to drop the right shoulder or the right ear down to the right shoulder. And then slowly let the chin fall towards the chest and bring the left ear over towards the left shoulder. Beginning to breathe nice and slow in through the nose and out of the nose. We'll drop the chin to the chest one more time. Right ear over to right shoulder. And just continue those half circles on your own, moving at your own pace. If there's a spot that feels really good, you can pause there. And just start to tune in. How are you feeling today? You can begin to do full circles if that feels good. But if it feels crunchy on the neck, just continue with the half circles. I know for me this week, I've been noticing how tired I've been feeling. And sometimes I have a tendency to put too many things on my plate. I think we all do. But I hadn't really noticed it until someone asked me, "Why are you feeling tired?" And I was like, well, I had three presentations this week in classes. I'm in grad school. And then I was subbing yoga. So I had taught more classes than I typically do. Go ahead and bring your head back to center. Maybe take a couple more shoulder rolls. And isn't it funny how we can feel something in our body but still not make any changes? So, noticing when we're feeling tired or feeling excited or anxious, but we don't necessarily dive any deeper than that to actually see what is the root cause of how I'm feeling. So, take a moment to do that here. We'll bring our hands to our knees. Take a big inhale, find length in the spine. And then exhale, twist to the right, bringing the left hand to the right knee and the right hand behind you like a little kickstand. Take another inhale, find length. And exhale, see if you can twist a little bit deeper. Continuing to breathe here. Continue that check-in. How are you feeling today? We'll slowly unwind, bringing our hands to our knees. Take an inhale. And as you exhale, twist towards the left, right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you like a little kickstand. Inhale, find length. And exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Really ask yourself why you're feeling the way that you are. And then notice if there's a little bit of an aha moment, even if it's something simple. And then really letting that go. We'll slowly unwind from our twist. Remove any props from underneath of you. We're going to roll down onto our backs. So placing each vertebrae on the earth, we can hug the knees into the chest for just a moment. And then we're going to place the soles of the feet onto the mat and then lift the right leg. We're crossing the ankle over the knee, keeping the right foot flexed. And then we're pressing into the thigh, opening up the hip here. So coming into our figure four, noticing how this feels just to press into the leg. I already feel a stretch in my hip, keeping the right foot flexed. If this isn't, you're not feeling it, or this isn't enough sensation, you can grab the back of the left thigh, lifting that foot off the earth, and then pull the leg in towards you. Again, keeping the right foot flexed, that's protecting your knee, and still thinking about pressing the knee, the right knee, away from the body. So even if we're pulling our legs in, we want to think about this outer push away from the body with the right knee. Take one more big inhale. And then exhale, let that go. Uncross the leg, planting the right foot onto the mat, and then lifting the left leg, flexing the foot, placing the ankle right by the knee. And then take a moment before we lift our right leg just to press into the left thigh. Taking big breaths here. Anytime we're doing hip openers, we really want to breathe because these can be pretty intense. If this is not enough sensation, you want a little bit more, we can grab the back of the right thigh, pulling the leg in towards us. But again, still thinking about this rotation, like we're pushing the left knee away from us. Keeping the left foot flexed. We're going to come into this same position later in the practice, but standing. So just kind of recognize how this feels in the hip, this figure four position. Take one more inhale. And then exhale, place the foot back on the mat. Uncross the leg, grabbing the backs of the thighs. We're going to rock and roll a few times along the spine, really allowing yourself to come all the way back onto the shoulders. Feeling that in each of the vertebrae. On your next one, when you rock up, we'll cross the legs, come over the knees, coming into all fours. We'll tuck the toes and press back to downward facing dog. Take a moment to really arrive here in this posture. Feeling the heels pressing towards the mat, maybe pedaling out the feet. The fingers are spread nice and wide. Index fingers facing the front of the mat. And then think about if you had two eyeballs in your armpits, they would be looking towards each other. Inhale to the balls of the feet. And as you exhale, step to the top of your mat, coming into your forward fold. Wave the spine up, half lift, finding a flat back. And then exhale, bend the knees deeply, waving the spine up vertebrae by vertebrae. As you inhale, the arms sweep up around overhead. Exhale, hinge at your hips, fold over your legs. Inhale, wave the spine up, half lift. And then as you exhale, plant your hands, stepping back to plank, top of a push-up, rock forward on your tiptoes, option to use your knees, lower all the way down, keeping the elbows by the ribs, untuck the toes, inhale up, baby cobra, and then exhale back, downward facing dog. Again, take a moment, arrive here, take a big inhale, really filling the lungs completely. And exhale, sink into the posture. We'll inhale the right leg up and back, three-legged down dog. And then as you exhale, quietly step the foot between the hands. We're going to root down through our left heel on the back foot. at a 45-degree angle, and then inhale the arms up to warrior one. Now you may need to heel toe your feet a little wider or even shorten your stance because we want our hips facing forward as much as possible. Inhale the arms back up. Exhale to settle into this posture. Take another big inhale. As we exhale, we're going to sweep the arms out to the side and down around, clasping the hands at the low back. Take an inhale to extend the arms, find length, lift the heart, and then exhale, fold forward to the inside of the right leg for humble warrior. Letting the arms fall overhead. This is a deep shoulder opener, so really breathe through this. One more big inhale. And then exhale, you can release the hands down to the mat, framing the front foot. Come up to the ball of the back foot, and then step back, downward facing dog. Take another big inhale. Exhale, let it go. This time, inhale your left leg up, three-legged down dog. And then as you exhale, quietly step the foot between the hands. We're rooting down through the back heel at a 45-degree angle with the foot. And then inhale up for warrior one. Take a moment here. If you need to adjust the feet, that's okay. This is a posture that's really tricky for a lot of people to get their hips forward, myself included. So I actually have a much shorter stance here so I can still press down through the back edge of my foot and feel that shift forward in the hips. Inhale the arms up. Exhale to settle in. Take another big inhale. As you exhale, the arms are sweeping down by the sides. We're going to clasp the hands at the low back. Take another inhale to extend the arms, lifting the heart. And then exhale, humble warrior. Bringing the torso to the inside of the left leg. Relax the neck and let the arms hang overhead. Again, this is a deep shoulder opener. Definitely challenging our balance here, so notice those little adjustments that the muscles in the feet are making. One more big inhale. And then exhale, release the hands all the way down to the mat. Come up onto the ball of the back foot, and then step back, downward facing dog. We'll inhale to the balls of the feet. And as you exhale, step to the top of the mat, coming into your forward fold. Hang out here for a moment, maybe bringing a little sway side to side. Soft bend in the knees. Let the neck go. Sometimes I find when I do deep shoulder openers, I want to really engage those muscles, kind of the opposite of what I want to do. So just let the head hang heavy. Notice if you've gotten a little bit tense there in the neck and the shoulders, and let it go. We'll inhale, wave the spine up, half lift, and then exhale, bend the knees deeply, waving the spine up vertebrae by vertebrae, coming to stand at the top of the mat. You can stay exactly where you are. I'm just going to turn so I'm facing you so you can see as we go into this balancing posture what this looks like. So when we come into a balancing posture, we want to get really rooted through the feet. So sometimes having the feet under the hips feels a little bit better, but you might also want the feet together. Decide what feels best for you. I like to bring my hands to heart center first, almost like I'm holding a little energy ball, so fingertips touching, but a little bit of space there. And then slowly lift your right leg up. Just finding this posture first. We have a soft bend through our standing knee, and then flex the right foot, placing the ankle right above the knee, finding that figure four position here. So seeing if while you're standing, you can even bring the knee down, opening up the hip, and then from here, we're gonna sink back, coming into our seated posture, keeping the foot flexed. The more we press this knee down, the more we're going to feel this opening in the hip. The more we sink back, the more we'll feel that. So just breathe here. You can keep the hands at heart center. You can also bring them down to rest on this leg. You're doing great. Keep your point of focus. We'll take one more inhale. And then come up to stand nice and slow, uncrossing the leg. Woo! And then maybe shaking it out, especially the standing leg. We're going to take that on the other side as well. So again, find the place with your feet. Maybe your toes are together. Maybe they're about hip distance apart. Really feel rooted through the feet, feeling strong through the legs, always engaging our core when we're coming into a balancing posture. I like to have my hands right around heart center. This time we're lifting the left leg up and off of the mat. Finding this balance first. So finding your drishti, your point of focus. Soft bend in the standing knee, and then flex the left foot, placing the ankle right above the knee. Finding this first while you're standing, this opening, this figure four. And then we begin to sink the hips back, bending deeper through the right leg. Keeping this foot flexed. That's really important to protect the knee. We may even bring our arms down to rest. Woo! Onto the leg. Wiggling, wobbling, even falling out of balancing poses are all normal. See if you can bring a little bit of a smile when things like that happen. Not taking it too seriously. If you fall out of the posture, you can always come back into it. Take one more big inhale. And then exhale, slowly come out of this, placing the foot back down onto the earth. Woo! Shake out the standing leg. We're just going to come to stand at the top of the mat if you're not there already. Inhale, sweep the arms out around overhead. And then exhale, hinge at the hips, fold over the legs. Inhale, wave the spine up, half lift. And then exhale, plant the hands, stepping back to plank, going through your chaturanga. Rock forward on your tiptoes, lower all the way or halfway to the earth. And then inhale, up dog or baby cobra. Exhale, back downward facing dog. We'll lower down to the knees, untucking the toes, finding a child's pose. Giving yourself a moment to check in and just see, how are you feeling now? Now that we've brought some movement into the body, we've challenged ourselves with some balancing postures. And that's a hard one because sometimes balancing is really fun, really light and energetic, and sometimes it can be really frustrating. So if that's the case for you, don't beat yourself up about it. Just see if you can let it go. Return to your breath. We'll slowly walk the hands back up towards the knees, and then just come on to either your right or left side. Swing the legs out in front of you. We're going to come down onto our backs. maybe holding on to the shins, we'll slowly roll down, placing each vertebrae onto the mat, and then hug the knees in towards the chest. We'll find a happy baby, opening the hips one last time, reaching through the legs to grab the outside edge of the feet. You can also grab the ankles or the shins. And then we're feeling like we're stamping our feet up towards the ceiling, pressing the knees down towards the armpits. And then see if you can place your tailbone all the way down onto the mat. So we want to feel like our spine is nice and long, each vertebrae touching the mat. And then maybe rock side and side. We'll slowly let that go, extending the legs long on the mat for Shavasana. I'll take the Shavasana with you. Take a moment to set yourself up. Maybe shake out the legs, releasing any tension that's left in the hips. Arms down by the side. Take a big inhale. And exhale, let everything go for Shavasana. Slowly bring some movement back into your hands, your feet. And then on your next inhale, sweep the arms up overhead, really lifting the spine off of the mat. And then exhale, let it go. You'll slowly roll onto either your right or left side, pausing in a fetal position, using the hand or the arm as a headrest. Take another big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Slowly make your way up to a seated position, finding your easy seat. We'll bring the hands to touch, thumbs against the sternum, a slight bow of the head. The light in me honors and acknowledges the light in you. Namaste.